All right, family. What is up, guys? Happy Sunday. Happy to be here making a video for you guys. Now, I used to do backtesting videos every single Sunday before my son was born. And since he's been born, it's been rather difficult to actually get on here and have peace and quiet for, 10, 15 minutes while I record these videos. But he is sleeping now. So this is perfect opportunity for me to get on, do a quick back testing video for you guys, because I want to get back on the roll with these, making these weekly videos for you, not only for you guys, but also for myself. I feel like video journaling is it's very helpful to me in my trading. So we're going to get back on the grind with that. So if you haven't seen any of my backtesting videos, usually what I do is I go through the data of last week and I look and see what were the most effective days, what things I would have changed. But I'm going to do it a little bit differently now that I've been thinking about it. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to go through my entries and exits of my trades. Trading futures. I'm going to be looking at the data and my thought process through that. So hopefully it doesn't take too long. I'm thinking about roughly 15 to 20 minutes. I'm going to zoot through all these because I don't want to bore you. But I do want to keep it probably around 15 minutes length for these backtesting videos. So let's get into it. Okay, switch it. All right, so we're going to start from Monday. So Monday the 21st, we're going to have the option data right here for market flow. We're going to have the price over here. Let me go on over to the 21st actually. So we're going to be comparing, we're going to be doing all of our analysis and backtesting on SPY, but you guys know that I do all my futures trades, or I trade on futures with MES or ES. So here is Monday. Pretty crazy downtrend. And then let's go to Discord. So I'm going to be flipping in between tabs and stuff relative to the analysis of the flow data that's coming through, as well as my alerts. So let's go on over to the alerts. So here's the 21st. It looks like at market open, at 13 minutes after the market open, I took a short. So I got in at 52.41. MES short. I have my stop losses and TPs here, and then it looks like I did hit my first TP, and then I moved my stop loss to break even, and then my stop hit at break even on the rest of them. I had a nice little trade there, but as you guys can see, if I would have held it, obviously I would have been okay with this short. But if we go on over to the flow data, we can see what I was thinking during that time. So here's market open. 6:30 is when the market opened. It looks like I took my trade at 6:43, so 5 minutes after I posted this. So right here you see that I said flow flip, it's bearish now. If we break and hold below 520, no bueno, not good. So if we click on that screenshot, you can see that we were breaking below 520. We have the put flow coming up a little bit. We also have some negative GEX levels to the downside, 517, 516. So that's probably exactly what I was looking for. You can see on this next post, you can see I have, I just say netflow, so flow. 510 is our next target if we keep continuing down. So that trade that I took, I think that was the only trade that I took today or that day on Monday, which it was a winner. If I would have held it longer, it would have been even better, but that's all right. Nonetheless, it was a good trade. One thing that I probably did a good job at, like at the time, now that I think about it, even though we did continue down, I could have made more on that. But on that Monday, look how choppy flow was. Like we had a huge downtrend, but once we got that flip with that calls pumping up, I was kind of hesitant of getting back in or that continuation down, even because flow was a little bit choppy during that time. And I think I might have made a note of that on my analysis here. So yeah, that's what I said. So I just said, it's so flow. 510 is our next target if we keep continuing down. See, we hit 515, and then we have that 510 level right there for negative for our next downside target. So even though GEX was right there, flow was a little bit hesitant for me. So I feel like that trade that I took, that short trade in the morning, was a very, very good trade given the circumstances that I was in at the time. Obviously, looking at it now, we could have hit a really massive short entry since we did hit that 510 level later on in the day. GEX was on point with that, but again, looking at the data at the time, I'm glad that I did get out at that time just because flow data was a little bit hesitant. So that was Monday. Good day so far. So let's go on over to Tuesday and see what I had cooking up there. So Tuesday, the 22nd of April, it looks like I took some MES longs shortly after market open as well, 10 minutes after the market opened. 5247 entry. My TP was about 8 points above that. And then my stop losses and stuff was there. So here's what I was looking at. Let's go on over to my flow channel where I post all my analysis. Get rid of this stupid ad. Okay, 522. So here's my analysis here. We can see that call flow is coming up. Even though we were below this 520 level, call flow was still going up, so my bias was bullish. So let's see what I say here. Flow is pretty bullish to start the morning. I'm bullish, but watching this. Waiting for some support and stronger GX levels, so that's really good. Looks like I got into that long entry 4 minutes after that, so I must have seen something. I wish I would have posted something after this, which I didn't, but I did post an analysis about an hour and 30 minutes after the market opened. Obviously, we broke above that the 520 level, and we hit 525. I might have mentioned this in live, and I just forgot to write it down or something. But nonetheless, good analysis to start the morning, and a very good trade. Looks like I I hit TP2 and I was all out. Oh, it looks like I put it in here instead of the flow channel. So right here in my channel, 26 minutes while I was in this trade, I drew a little arrow showing that calls were coming down a little bit because we hit that 522 level. We still have 525 pulling, which was cool to see. And we eventually did hit that later on in the day. And I think I mentioned it here. Yeah, 525. So good analysis, spot on. I didn't hold it to 525, but still green trade regardless. At least 10 points there, probably more. I'm not sure exactly how much it was, but still a good trade, good bias. Everything all around there was really good. Tuesday was a good day. I think Wednesday and Thursday were also good. So let's take a look here. Okay, Wednesday, the 23rd. Looks like I took a long entry about 55 minutes after the market opened. 5474 MES longs. I drew my chart here. TP was that high there. Let's see here what happened. Let's go on over to the flow channel. Okay, the flow channel on the 23rd. Scroll down. Sorry. Here we go. So here's the analysis right when the market opened. Call flow pumping up. We have a 545 GX level pull, and we were at. It's probably hard for you to see. You guys probably can't really see it on here. Yeah, it's really hard for you guys to see. But we were at 540. At about 541 at the time of the screenshot, and the 545 GX level is pulling. That's this big, large red one here. So that was my target for today. I think we did get some news, which is crazy. I don't think I got into that trade right away, but you can see that we hit 545 right there on this news wick. And I think I got into that trade. Let's see when I got in it. So I got in it around here shortly after this. Pretty sure I got into some longs. I think I did just mention that. Yeah, 725. I got into some MES longs. Looks like we hit the TP right away. Yeah, about 5 minutes after the I got into the trade, we Aspen, I'm making a video. Sorry about my kid, guys. Okay, so it looks like I hit the target right after I got in that, so 5 minutes after it. If we go back to the my analysis here, I don't think I mentioned anything about it, but regardless, good trade, good overall predictions here with flow going up 20 million in premiums is huge. So regardless, I think we did smack that target or else I wouldn't have taken a screenshot of profits here. So good trade there. Let's see if we go on over to Thursday. Thursday, the 24th. Let's see what we're looking at here. Okay, so again, we have some bullish flow coming out. Nothing crazy just yet. We have a 1 million in calls. We have a 540 GX level pulling while we're at 535. You guys probably can't see that, but we're hovering right around 535 when I posted this screenshot. And then this screenshot was actually a lot better. I'll have to see what I got in that day. But you can see that call flow is pumping up 10 million in premium. We have 541 pulling, 542, and 545, and we're also breaking out on this screenshot here. So let me see what I got in on Thursday. Oh, it looks like I got it in the long right when the market opened. So 7 minutes after the market opened, I got into some 5408 MES longs 7 minutes after the market opened. I think that was a freaking amazing trade there too. I'll have to go back and see what happened here. Yep. So I took it right after the screenshot, and then eventually we did smack those levels. So if we go back over to Thursday, you guys can see it a little bit better. So Thursday was right here. Oh yeah, this was the trend day. That's what I remember. So this was the huge freaking trend day that we had on Thursday, and we pretty much sniped the bottom on Thursday, crazy around this level, and we rode it up to 540. I think is when I cut it potentially, or 539. I can't remember. But regardless, huge day. We did hit that 545 level, which popped up in the morning. Right here, you can see 540, and I think the screenshot after it said 545. Yeah, there it is. And after we hit 539 was when that 545 came out. So another crazy day. So so far we went 4 for 4. Friday is the rough day, guys. So let's take a look at Friday's price action and then the data. So Friday, let's see here, was the 25th. Okay, so right out the gate, we have pretty terrible data, right? So we have some mixed call and put premiums, and then looks like 30 minutes later, or sorry, 10 minutes, 15 minutes later, we had calls dump and then come back up a little bit. So it's really mixed flow, but we have these GEX levels pulling, right? So we have 560 pulling, 549 pulling, 545 pulling, which were all above the, actually, never mind, we weren't. Sorry, excuse me. So we had 560 pulling, nothing really strong yet, but we did have higher levels being the strongest, sorry. And then calls were coming up slightly. So I think I might have jumped the gun on this day. This is the day that I got super chopped out from what I remember. And then eventually it did run in my favor, which sucks. So let's see what happened here. Here it is. So 525, yeah. So it looks like I got in some MES longs at 7:18 my time. So about 45 minutes after the market opened for me. And then I got chopped out. So let's see, let's go to the price action here. So here is when I got in, probably around this red level is when I got in on the EMA retest, but it came down, chopped me out, came back down, just chopped and really crazy. So kind of sucks seeing it run, but I did get chopped out of this one, even though, look how good flow is looking. So we got this dump. I probably entered around this. Oh, you guys can't even see it. It's so dang small for you, but I did get in on this little pivot point. You can see it better on the actual chart. So I probably got in right here. This was the time that I got in, and then we just dumped. So I got stopped out probably around this level. It swept the lows there and then eventually came back up. So I did take a loss of that one. Right here I say higher GEX levels, bullish flow. Let me know if you're in. So I think I might have taken it again potentially, or I just held through it. It was an A+ setup just because how bullish flow was. You can see it was at like above 15 million. We have higher GEX levels and everything coinciding with this. But eventually I did just get stopped out of that one. But I did end up red on that one, sadly. And then eventually it just ran. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that trade at all. So if we go on over to the data on Friday, you can see like my thought process here. So we did have super bullish flow. We had green convergence as well. We just got chopped out of it. We had gray, and up until this point, we had green and then gray again, and then green eventually. It did play out. So I guess if I would have taken 3 trades, the third one would have outweighed all my losses in that one. It just kind of sucks in that moment just because I usually like getting my trades out of the way before lunchtime. And then right when lunchtime hit is when we had that huge run to the upside, which I thought was going to happen, which was this huge one right here. Yeah, right at the start of lunch pretty much is when it started right here. And we had the huge move up to 550, 551. But that's okay. One loss is not a bad thing. So we had 5 trades, 4 wins and 1 loss. All really good trades, regardless. Going back and back testing it, I'm not mad about this week at all. So I don't know. Hopefully I didn't ramble too much for you guys during this video. Hopefully it didn't confuse you. Regardless, though, we had a very good week. I'm planning on doing the same thing this week. Keeping the trades minimal, A+ setups only, getting the trades out of the way in the morning and just locking out of those trades. It was a good week. Hopefully we can mimic that same thing going into this week with some new accounts and stuff like that. So let me know about down below if you followed along on this backtesting video. It might have been mumble jumbled because I'm not too used to doing these backtest videos. It's been a long time, probably about a year. So let me know down below what you guys thought of the video. Give me a like. We kept it around 16 minutes, so I'm happy about that. But I'll see you guys in the next one.